Yeah, well, one of the questions too I think I wanted to ask was this guy the Knicks just picked up. This guy Luca.
Yes, it did. That was my question.
Yeah.
So I was gonna wait till the show.
Yeah.
Cause now, here's my confusion. So I got to do what I normally do is do people normally just pick up people from overseas at random like that?
No, not. I mean, people do pick up people at the end of the season like that.
But from like overseas, that was like a real. I don't know if that's normal. That's why I said that. Like,
Yeah, that's not. That was an opportunity pick. Now, why they picked them at this juncture? They had an open spot. They decided not to go with the big man Simi. So, which is cool. It'd be nice to have another big body too, but that's here nor there with that. But it must have been something that a lot of teams, I think, was interested in this guy. Yeah, so you just had to grab it. Yeah, you had to grab an opportunity.
I said because it almost seems like overseas people get drafted, right? Even if they've been in their league for X amount of years, it's almost like Pablo Prigioni, like he got drafted, right? It's not like they just picked him up.
But that's when I first heard it. Believe it or not, that's the person who I thought of.
Yeah, that's what I thought of too. Like,
yeah,
the first person I thought of was Pablo Prigioni. Like he got drafted, I think. So and he was
traded to us, yeah.
Or traded, he was in his league he was basically a veteran.
Yeah.
Right? Luca Doncic, basically, he's young, but he's basically a veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran. Yeah, so
there's a couple people. Frank Ntilikina, I think he was 1 year in, so it would have been equivalent to college for Frank. But with him, it's why did y'all pick him? So,
well, when you see his highlight, and that's all the first thing I kept looking at was his highlights, because I said I'm not going to get into first whose time he going to take, but his highlights is as a point guard, he can shoot, he can penetrate. It looks like his bread and butter from all the highlights I seen was that he's excellent in the pick and roll. But it looked like it was pick and roll going down. You can't go by highlights a lot when you look at a whole bunch of them. I'm trying to find what in every highlight he had the same thing where he can hit the pick and roll, he can shoot over the top, but he can finish. I didn't see a whole lot of dishing. So yeah, the Knicks still can use a guy who can get his own shot, so that never hurts.
I mean, at this point, because the way Randall plays, we're bringing the ball down. He kind of just regular swing it. It's not like how they swing it with a purpose. D Rose can score when he feel like it. That's really what we was missing, a point guard that can score.
Well, if you notice, halfway during the street, Joe, if you notice, Randall hasn't been bringing up as much. So they've been running more sets for Randall during the street.
Well, the past 2 games he has.
I think
that's why the flow been looking a little off.
He's been doing it for a few games now. He hasn't been bringing it up as much. So I think now that people are getting more comfortable in their role, he's giving the ball to the guards, even though it's coming back to him on a swing.
But yeah, I'm just lost. Because D Rose, let's be honest, he plays starter minutes. He comes off the bench.
He's going to continue to play starter minutes.
He's out there way more than Alfred. So now, are they not satisfied with Alfred Payton's play? That's why they picked him up. It could just be for safety. You're probably looking too deep into it.
No, I think it's just opportunity. I think it's opportunity.
Ntilikina, right? He's not playing terrible when he get his minutes.
Yeah.
He's still playing good defense.
Yeah.
You got the 2 dudes from the D League.
And then it come down to experience, because you don't know how much experience this guy has overseas. And when it gets to the playoffs, Tibbs are going to lean on his veterans. That's just what he's going to do. So there's a lot of reasons why they probably picked up this guy. The good side is that the guy, he's not an upside player. He looks like he's already a player. So if he gets in the game, he comes in the game with a skill. So it's not like even with Prigioni, he was a floor general to a degree, but he helped us. But it wasn't like you could have did without him. Yeah. So he was a ball hawk on defense, is what kind of helped with Prigioni too.
Prigioni, I think he was one of the players that really just did not hurt us.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, he played good. He didn't really make no mistakes. When he made a mistake, you seen it on his face.
Yeah.
That it was his fault. He was one of those players. I like Prigioni. he made a lot of clutch plays.
Yeah, Prigioni wasn't bad. I'm just saying, like,
He
this guy seemed like a way better player.
Only if he wasn't so small looking, it looked like he could have just started. I know he started a couple times.
He started a lot.
But he looked like he could have just stayed as a starter, really. Like he looked like a consistent point guard that, like, if you got him,
remember,
have one.
We was mixing and matching so much back then that wasn't even funny. All right, so we're gonna get to the. Well, anyway, I think the guy. Anyway, it's good to bring in a guy that he's got some kind of a skill. Rather he plays or not, if he gets in the game, which everybody will get an opportunity because of foul trouble. And then the way they playing defense too, Tibbs will probably have to play more people because you're going to be more fatigued in the playoffs when the intensity goes up. All right, but let's get to this because I think this was something I waited for.